I think it was quite a number of things that culminated together. So, firstly, it was probably all the sort of like influence from the cool crime documentaries and movies and series and books. So I was really attracted to like like the analyst sort of role. Also, I saw through research that not a lot of other universities were doing the same sort of course. A lot of them were doing more criminology only sort of courses, and this one sort of combined the social aspects of context, specific crime problems with studying technical and scientific content to fix the problems. And I've always been interested in sort of scientific and technical knowledge and content since school. So this course seemed like a good blend of like taking something that has very sort of social uh, aspect to it and applying technical scientific knowledge to it and rigor in ways to solve the problem that can have a transformative sort of impact. And because the Department of Security and Crime Science is like one of the only departments doing it in sort of a systematic, scientific, rigorous way, that also meant that a lot of the teaching is done by people at the cutting edge of it. So I was quite attracted to that as well. I'd say one of the best things is the sense of unity you get from it. Oh, and the lecturers definitely. They sort of bring the content to life after all, and they're very like approachable and friendly people. I can't hone in on like the best experience, but I could definitely come up with like a few memorable ones. Like one of them was like when a lecturer brought in a confidential informant, and like the confidential informant had to like wear a mask, and we were able to like sort of interview them. The same lecturer also brought in like an active detective, and they sort of like did a mock interview on one of the course mates, which was really cool to see how they sort of like build up rapport and what sort of interview techniques are used in real life. There's also like been instances where we've used like security equipment like magic wands and radar guards as well in security technologies to see how they work. In terms of the academic sort of like experiences that I've really enjoyed data science, statistics and modeling, simulation, because these are assessed in very interesting ways, and you just cover a lot of like interesting material like machine learning. In simulation, for example, we made a shoplifting model. Yeah, I'd say definitely the department is very supportive. You get transition mentors from the year above. You get assigned a personal academic tutor who usually stays with you the whole 3 years, and you meet with them once in a group every term, and then also once one on one every term as well. And so my personal tutor, Dr. Amy Thornton, was really helpful, just like doing like regular checkups basically, and I found them very therapeutic and they sort of like whizzed by. Beyond the tutors, I think the lecturers are very supportive as well, and they always want to like provide the best sort of student experience. All the lecturers definitely felt like they were rooting for us and that we could just approach them anytime to talk to them about anything really. There was no need to shy away if you had like anything bothering you. I'd say the teaching style varies a lot by lecturer, but usually it's seminars, lectures or presentations, online materials like videos, articles, library resources, a lot of which are online as well. Also, like group activities and presentations as well, which helps you build a sort of camaraderie with all the other course mates. I would say one main emphasis of the teaching in the department is they teach you how to think critically and uh, sort of evaluate your own approach, why you're taking certain decisions as well, and make sure you're choosing the best techniques for the problem at hand, which is like a quintessential aspect of the multidisciplinary aspect of the department. Yeah, I'd also definitely say a lot of lecturers are very like hands-on and they prefer a like practical, applied teaching style as well, especially sort of data science and modeling, simulation, crime mapping. A lot of the lectures are very nice, and you can definitely like approach any of them with anything, and they're very like open to advice that you have during the teaching as well. So you could do that via like online forums, or you can just literally approach them, and they will change. And like depending on like how feasible your feedback is and stuff like that, they'll definitely like respond to it and change things if they need changing. Like let's say if the content is not digestible enough, it's going maybe too fast or something like that. Apart from online forums and approaching the teacher, there's like at the end of every module, there's a feedback form for every module where you can put your thoughts in there as well, completely anonymously. I'd definitely say the lecturers are very committed to their role in ensuring the best sort of like student experience and balance with academic rigor and material as well. I think the department is like one big family, so I've never felt like judged or anything like uncomfortable in who I was. I'd say the department gives us a very friendly and warm sort of vibe, so you can just be who you are, and it just feels like a home away from home. There's definitely other stuff going on. The lecturers like arrange trips as well. So, for example, we've had trips to the Metropolitan Police Training Centre in Hendon. We had a trip to DSTL lab. Um, Also to the Old Bailey Crown Courts where we like sat down on an actual like terrorism case and saw what was going on in an afternoon. There's also transition mentors as well, so people from the other years above who will help you like settle in as well. So I was a transitioners mentor as well, and in third year I still kept contact with the people that I had been in a transition mentor whilst in second year, and yeah, I'm still talking to them now. The department also hosts like department parties every term, which can get quite like rowdy, especially like Christmas when people sort of dress up and stuff. But yeah, it's really fun. You can always like pop into the department kitchen and just like have a chat with anyone that's like really friendly as well. And same goes with like the third years and like well anyone basically up, whether it's master students or PhD students, you can just approach them and talk to them. Outside the department, there's like the whole of the rest of the UCL. So there's societies, there's tons of stuff you could do. So like I joined Krav Maga, which is self defense. And then also I did like Sci-Fi and Fantasy Society and Electronic Music Society where they make their own electronic music. So there's definitely a lot of stuff you can get into. And then there's a lot of like seminars as well within the rest of UCL that you can just freely attend. So whether that's in the department, like we had like people from British Transport Police coming in, and also like people who were from Argentina and made their own like legal chatbot. So I think there's definitely a lot out there for anyone. And yeah, I mean London is a big place as well. There's many activities and there's always something to do, something going on. So it's really just up to you to do as much as you want to do.